our final wrap-up video from CES 2010. It's been a very busy and hectic week here in Las Vegas. David's been behind the camera, so you haven't seen him all week, but he's been working hard and he's got a sore back, haven't you, David?
I do indeed, but you know, the rig has been worth it. It's been a great show. I guess we should really talk about, you know, the highlights and the, you know, maybe the unexpected delights of the show.
Yeah, well, for me, the highlight has to be Panasonic stand and the return of the Curo.
Exactly.
It was pretty amazing. We walked in and as soon as we saw it, we both looked at each other and thought, that's a Curo.
3 seconds, wham, that's what it is, you know?
Yeah,
so.
exactly. So it didn't take us long, did it, to see that? And for those interested, we got up pretty close. You could see that the scan lines were identical to what the Pioneers used to do. There was the same PWM noise in there. And when you looked at the 2009 model that was next to it, there was no
reflection as well. The internal reflection is much less in this year, so, you know.
Yeah, the internal reflection was gone, but also the PWM noise, it was quieter on the 2009 model compared to the new model.
But that's a small, you know, sacrifice to pay, considering the, you know, the gain in black level, and, you know, well, it's probably calibrated anyway.
Well, that's it. I mean, we're going to have those black levels and hopefully some improved performance there. I guess it's going to come down to the picture processing that Panasonic put on there.
Oh, well, you know, I think there are some good things to come.
Okay, so that was Panasonic. So I guess the other thing, it was, well, not really a surprise, but interesting in a couple of ways, good and bad, is the quad pixel technology from Sharp. And so you have the red, green, blue and yellow pixels in the panel. Now, we had a meeting with some of our calibration friends from Kalman last night, and we were having a bit of a discussion about the technology, because it is interesting to us to see what these manufacturers actually think an image should look like, and then what they actually do with it. So David, what were your thoughts?
Well, the first thing, honestly, when they said quad pixel, was I was thinking of a resolution increase. So, well, I can't say I'm disappointed. If it makes a more accurate picture, I'm for it, but that wasn't the way they were selling the technology.
And of course, the other thing was on the stand that there were, well, it was daffodils and sunflowers and
fields.
Anything with yellow was on the screen. So it was very difficult to get an accurate view. And that's the thing with these new panels as well. Very little film content actually being showing on them. So
well, if there is film content, it's all motion vector interpolated, so it doesn't look like film anymore.
Well, that's it. I mean, some of the projectors here, we were looking at Star Trek a minute ago on the Optoma stand. And
Star Trek soap opera.
Star Trek, the soap opera.
Dun, 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 dun. But yeah, so, it was something to see.
Yeah. And some other technologies there. LG, well, we're kind of getting to the point now where LG don't really make a bad TV in terms of technology these days.
No, and this year they have the improved black levels as well, and that's always been, you know, the downside of LG displays, and if they can nail that, they're going to have a hell of a lot of TV for the money.
Yeah. And of course, LED, it's not, it's an LCD, but there are lots of LEDs out there. I guess Samsung are the ones that make it that little bit more difficult, because everything looks the same on their stand.
Yes, oh, it was an overwhelming stand, yeah.
But you got like that remote control.
I do. Yeah, it makes sense considering, you know, remote controls with buttons on them. Why buttons when you can have a touch screen and, you know, do so much more with it?
Well,
I got to say, I do like the idea that they mentioned during the press conference of being able to watch, you know, BD on the TV, but then be able to watch standard def TV on the remote. And, you know, personally, I can't take in a film and a TV show at the same time, but, you know, why not have, you know, with BD now, we get occasionally with HD DVD more, we got the little director video commentary, so why not watch the movie on the screen or in the projector and hold the commentary in your hand?
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. So definitely loads of technology there, and I guess we can't wrap up a show like CES without talking about 3D. Now, you guys out there that watch our videos on a regular basis or listen to our podcasts on a regular basis will know that David's skeptical and I'm very skeptical, and we don't really like the technology, but
apart from gaming is where it really works. And Sony, I mean, at IFA as well, Sony were showing, you know, PlayStation 3 games modified for 3D, doing it here as well, and you know, I've got no complaints there. But you know, for movies, I personally still find the effect a bit phony, and that's even with the best of them, if you know what I mean. I think you know what film I'm referring to.
Yeah, but even then, I mean, if we were to pick the best technology that was seen on the show, and I hate to sound like a Panasonic fanboy, but really,
well, they're just,
you know, they're making the good
right.
technology. They're getting things right.
Well, you can't really be a fanboy when, you know, we'll see when we have the TVs measured and calibrated. You can argue with their opinion, but you can't argue with scientific facts.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm not a fanboy anyway, but yeah, it might sound like that because we seem to be saying Panasonic, 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 but they're just nailing everything at the minute, David, and getting everything right.
It's just because they're behind plasma so much, and you know, when you have all these LED, LCD TVs, which, you know, they're making improvements, but you're never going to get that great, you know, contrast and motion resolution in one. Panasonic have that. They're getting better, and the calibration side is being addressed as well. So what's not to like?
So it's been, well, it's your first CES. So before I wrap up on my thoughts, David, it's your first CES. It's a long way to come. Long plane journeys with some strange people that might sit next to you on the plane. So what's your thoughts of CES now that you've been out here and seen it for yourself?
Trade shows, you know, it's like IFA, it's bigger, and they speak English, you know, so I'm happy.
And of course, Vegas?
Vegas, well, we've not got to see a lot of Vegas yet, you know, this job isn't all glamour and ladies, but it's a beautiful place, you know, just in the middle of the beginning of January, coming out in the monorail to the convention center, seeing blue skies and sunshine, desert mountains, puts a smile on my face.
Yeah, no snow here, I'm afraid. But that wraps up our show roundup, basically. And I've got to say, comparing this to last year, it's been busier. There's bigger crowds. It's been a real fight to get round the stands and interview people, just because it looks like the market's now picking up again. It looks like people have now got money to spend again.
Things are on the up, so maybe if we can go through 2010 without talking about the recession, it'll be a good thing for everyone.
And well, we're now excited for the review lists for the next year. We're going to Panasonic in February for their European launch, Toshiba's European launch coming up in February as well as a whole list of others. We'll keep you up to date. But from CES, it's going to be a goodbye. And sadly, we've run out of money as well. So
nothing for the slot machines left anymore.
Well, if I'm being honest, Stuart, he blew it on the first night on the roulette table, okay? So we've no money to pay for the license for the music at the end of the video. But otherwise, thanks for watching. We'll hope the content on AV Forums has been fantastic for you. We've really enjoyed making it, and we'll see you all when we get back to the UK. So it's bye from CES. Bye, David.
See you later.
2, 1, 2.